Apologize for that. Let's go. Let's get it right. How cold it is. Come and live your truth. That's how it starts. Yeah, that's how it starts. That might, this could possibly be the hottest. This could possibly be. Live your truth. It's going down, baby. Pull up a chair, baby. Cousin Fred, I see you, baby. What's going on, baby? See what I need y'all to do. If y'all want to rock with me, make sure y'all send me. I got things jumping off now, so make sure that y'all send me the deal. Dang, I didn't even stream that live. My bad, y'all. I'm watching it live. Y'all didn't even see that. I'm just jamming to the beat. Welcome to Live Your Truth. Hey yo, bring that chord in here for me, Shay. Appreciate it. Welcome to Live Your Truth. I'm the host, Taibu Muad'Dib. Tonight, we're gonna do the screen share. How did your team do for the NFL draft? I know how my team did. Great. I'm gonna go over some of the NFL analysts tonight. We're gonna get an opportunity. I'm gonna get my man Fred in here because I'm using all my devices, so I can't send out the link like I used to. But I'm just letting y'all know right now, tonight, say what you say, but Pittsburgh is going to win the Super Bowl next year. That's just how it's gonna go. Unless poisons every other team in the league with some weird substance at their games, because Roger Goodell makes all the games. Unless Roger Goodell sprinkles something to all the teams and makes them superhuman strength, Pittsburgh is going to win the Super Bowl. I'm letting y'all know right now. So don't get mad at me. That's just how I feel after the draft. Cousin Fred, what's the deal, baby? Talk to us.
Low battery. Please charge.
We having a hard time hearing you, bro. You know what? It might be my bad. It might be my bad. Hold on 1 second. There you go. All right, go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you now. Die hard. Let's go. No, I had the Bluetooth on. Yeah, man. I use all my devices now, but I can send you a link real quick if you want to hop over here because I'm about to go Mel Kiper on them tonight. Now the Chiefs, AFC, they've been pretty dominant. The Bengals, but it's looking like now that the Ravens have paid Lamar Jackson that money. Shout out to Lamar Jackson, the highest paid NFL player in the league, is a brother. He looked like me. Ain't that something? The bottom line is that's a big shot for the culture. But the AFC North is now, because this is a passing league, the most competitive league in the whole NFL league. Yeah. This is why I do live your truth. That's why I can't just do relationships anymore. May have relationship issues. The First Step online coaching program is for you as well. It's for all of y'all. This life coaching program is going to take you out of something into something and put you in a good space. But what I'm saying to you right now, cousin Fred, is this: if you don't believe in what the Pittsburgh Steelers are about, then you don't really have the opportunity to look at last season, the last few games of the season. You know what I'm saying, right? And taking into consideration, I was listening to B-Mac and Patrick Peterson talk about the 05 Steelers and this team, because we don't pick first round quarterbacks often. So this being a season where you have that second year for a first round draft pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and as far as the quarterback is concerned, and you like, can we talk Super Bowl win? Ends with like 15-1 or something crazy in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? So coming back, they had a lot of experience. They had depth, continuity. You know, he was just like plug and play. He just managed the game, they say. You know. But so can the Steelers fans talk Super Bowl with Kenny Pickett? We have an awesome defense. Yeah. I mean, arguably the best defensive player in the league. I mean, he was on pace to do something special. Do you the first games of the season? The first games of the season for him, like for TJ Watt, his first year and last year, like look at what he's doing. Sacks, interceptions. He's going crazy. Where's that block? That block, the one John gave me, the Chargers block. Yeah, just going nuts. Without too much further. Man, look. I'm telling you, you mean Fitzpatrick? Because you something else. Bigger Fitzpatrick, he's definitely a monster. So before I go into our stuff, I'm gonna go to around the league. All right. Let me see if I can't send you the link real quick. I need you over here where I need you at. Cause yeah. Let me get you the link real quick. I'm gonna shoot it to you on Facebook so you can get over here with me and hop off in here and get right. Cause I'm gonna need you over here. For real. And my bad, like when I reach out to you, cause you know, make sure, because I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm investing in my coaching program so I can get folks right. You know what I mean? You know. So I just shot you the link. I mean, I'm live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, the whole deal. I just want y'all to know. Okay, we're gonna watch this right here. I'm gonna share it so everybody can see it. Let me go ahead and present this. I apologize. I'm gonna get better at that, y'all. I'm gonna get better at making sure that y'all see the introduction song. And my introduction song is the hottest introduction song ever for a podcast. I don't care what nobody say. And I did it organically myself and my girlfriend Shay. So we're gonna watch this together. Bam. Wait for cousin Fred to come over here and rock with us.
Seemed like a much more positive draft. At Tone Diggs, what were the big takeaways? And did everybody win the draft? This is the first time I've ever heard this.
It seemed like it because I was looking this morning and kind of paying attention this weekend on like who was losing the draft potentially, and it seemed like everyone got like the lowest grades that I could find was like a B- for some teams, so it was overly positive. The teams that were general consensus A+ grades were the Eagles, who basically got every Georgia Bulldog in the draft,
and traded for one who's already in the league.
Yep.
Philly, Devontae Smith from Detroit,
who I think is going to be very good there. But don't say that.
And that was a conversation. I sent you the link to Facebook, cousin Fred, so you can get over here on StreamYard with me if you want to. And for y'all that's listening, if you didn't, so Georgia has been leading the college nation kind of to a certain extent last couple years, and Philadelphia is finding a lot of success by drafting in this one pool of candidates. Okay, so how do other teams respond to that? How do they step up and compete with that? Right now, let's keep it real. The NFC had two playoff teams last year, the Eagles and my girl's favorite, the Cowboys. All right. So if you think about it, just to be real, if you think about it, like other teams have to consider, can you match the youth and the hunger of these Georgia Bulldogs coming into the NFL? And you already have the continuity there because they played together for so long. So it's kind of like, stacking the deck to a certain extent. It'll be interesting to see how go ahead, cuz. Well, yeah, on the phone. Yeah, that's my phone. That's what I'm saying. You're on my phone over there. That's what I'm saying. If you follow the link, I just sent you the link to your Facebook Messenger. So if you come up here on YouTube, you'll be straight. And make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube page so I can give y'all the excellent background. I can afford the software to give y'all just a better podcast viewing experience. I want to be on Spotify for y'all, iHeartRadio. I'm on my podcast everywhere that you guys are, so you guys can listen at work and enjoy my podcasting. I know y'all love me. My numbers are growing. People, I'm looking at some sponsors coming in. So let's do it. Right? Let's do it. I had a great run. I had to scale back so I can come out. I told y'all, when y'all don't see me online posting and stuff like that, I have to take some time out to help other people, like everyday real life people. There's stuff going on down here in Texas. Good stuff, don't get me wrong, but folks need help too. So as the general manager for the last couple of months, now as the personal training director, I'm able to help a lot of people individually. So I was focusing on my craft in that area, but now I'm back for all of you. That makes sense? All right. So yeah, but the Eagles, everybody, I'm telling you, they got Super Bowl fever. They won that Super Bowl. The city's going nuts. They're getting all that jersey money. They're selling jerseys like crazy. Philadelphia is going crazy. So the NFC, y'all got to do something about this whole Georgia Bulldog teams just coming in and just, it's crazy. Speed, hunger, aggressiveness, youth. It's crazy. So we got a game plan against that. I don't know how, but I'm telling you right now, watch out.
by the internet because people get very mad at you.
Well, people get mad because he wasn't as healthy as he could have been
Correct.
whenever he was on the Detroit Lions.
Yep.
Now he's going back to Philly, where in Georgia when he was there, the fans actually called him Philly.
Yep.
Like, go Philly,
Yeah.
give the ball to Philly.
Exactly.
Philly needs the ball. So now he's going back home, and he has some history there.
Yeah, I was just
Little
gonna say he also killed a guy, so it's kind of
Allegedly in Philly.
self-defense. No, it was
Yeah.
nothing wrong.
Yeah, we don't know how that whole thing ended, but yeah, he's back home.
He's a dog.
He's going back home.
Your Indianapolis Colts were another consensus A+ team.
Hell yeah, Chris
Whoa.
Ballard.
Oh, the
Chris
fall.
Ballard had the Jordan shrug
The
go
Colts.
through the middle of that thing, and then he just continued it all the way through.
They had Richardson, Brents for the corner from K-State, Downs, the wide receiver, the BYU tackle. They got A-Squared, who stole the draft, who is an athletic freak out of Northwestern.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Beast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great value pick.
D lineman.
Yes, the Giants were overall A+. They had Deontay Banks in the first one of the best players in the draft. Joe Hyatt, the Blitnick wide receiver, and therefore running back. Or consensus A+ from everybody.
What were they calling him? The con artist?
The con artist, Omar Khan. Him and Mike Tomlin were in their fucking bag all weekend.
Here's Mike Tomlin talking about Omar Khan. Feels like they are very tight, and this is a different Pittsburgh Steelers than it's ever been. Aggressive, making moves. Here's what Tomlin had to say.
Yeah, what do they call them? The con artists? I like that.
I like
I
that.
saw that, man. That's pretty good. It's a cool nickname.
I've been called worse. That's like my favorite nickname. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife calls me. You should see what she says. But feels like they got a good little team there. Tomlin and Khan get along, and it's almost like the new era too. Old Colbert, older generation.
There, 20 years.
Kind of conservative. We're not trading anybody.
Yep.
We're not paying anybody early. We're drafting right where we're drafting. We're doing this. Khan and Tomlin seem to be a tag team, kind of taking on new initiative. Good for the Rooney family saying, yeah, we're about it.
Great, because like
So what we got here, Cousin Fred, and make sure that I know you have me on Facebook too. Remember, Cousin Byron said if you have me on 2 different devices, it's going to interfere with one or the other. So make sure you're mindful of that. I appreciate the double support though. This go around, folks. I don't need a whole bunch of tomfoolery. Just tell people that you know about the podcast, and let's get it popping. Let's get it right. Without question, tell folks you know about the podcast and make sure that they know that it's legit, that I'm coming with the real deal. This platform champions individuals that grew up without a father, but it's not specifically to that. I'll just always have information and material, and I will always refer you to my online coaching program. At the end, I have a call to action for you. Definitely don't repress anymore. If you're not living the kind of life you want to, and you didn't grow up with a father in your life, join the online coaching program. Let me help you heal that thing, rebuild that thing so you can be successful. Okay, Cousin Fred, I don't know what the interference is on your phone. It's a lot of feedback. Tell me what's going on your end, because I just hear a bunch of bad drive-through speakers.
Oh man, it's just the weather. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, talk to me. I mean, so they said that these guys are NFL analyst guys, types that sit around and they have their own talk show, their own podcast. And they said so far the Eagles, Colts, and Steelers. What do you think about that?
Man, I can't really tell you. I didn't sit around watch the draft at all. I didn't get a chance to. Been real busy. So I don't know exactly. At all.
Well, they named 2 AFC teams and 1 NFC team. So I don't know if we play the Colts this year. You can Google that real quick, but you know, the Colts got a decent quarterback. I mean, the Colts were playing folks pretty hard last couple seasons. So they might be a player or just a team effort away from doing something, spectacular for Indianapolis.
I just know we need to build something around the quarterback we have. So that's what Tomlin's, I think his goal is basically to build around Kenny to make sure that he's protected and also make sure our defense is secure. You know, Steelers is known for having steel curtain, solid defense.
Terrible towels in the house. Yeah, if you want to come on live, I'll send you the link like I did my cousin Fred. I'll send you the link. Come on, show your colors, show your team pride, talk about your drafts. Clearly, some teams didn't do that well. Some teams felt like they didn't have to do well because they were already pretty much together. I had some talk about let me go ahead and mute you real quick. I'm going to bring it back on now. Hold on. So with some people, it was like I saw some talk about how certain quarterbacks like Geno Smith and Kirk Cousins, like certain quarterbacks were happy that their teams didn't go quarterback crazy because this draft was very quarterback heavy, with a lot of young quarterbacks getting the look and people still looking for their franchise QB. And so it was talking about how some teams were safe. Some quarterbacks were breathing a sigh of relief. Like they were like, who won the draft? Kirk Cousins won the draft and Geno Smith won the draft, because they don't have to worry about having to fight for their spot next year. They're set. So I'm going to play a little bit more of this real quick, cousin. And then we're going to go on moving forward to the Steelers stuff because I want to be all Steelers. Let me get back on this. Love it. All right.
Saw too.
Yeah.
We saw like back, nothing happened.
Mhm.
Then we saw the whole family celebration. Then let's go. I'm pumped for Will.
Me too.
Him and Braves are going to be perfect.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean? Him
Yeah.
and Braves are going to be perfect for each other.
That was the
But
thing.
they spent a third rounder on a quarterback last year.
Yep.
It obviously did not work out in their eyes.
Right.
Brand new GM. If Levis doesn't work out, I think they'll also try something else.
I'll pivot.
Second rounder instead of like a high first where they were allegedly going to trade up to 4 or to 3 to potentially get a quarterback. It's like much different story, but I was happy for Will. I was pumped for Will.
Yeah.
Also pumped for Hendon Hooker.
Exactly. I was about to say Detroit had a interesting draft. They got Hendon Hooker. They got 2 guys in the first round in Gibbs and Jack Campbell, who they said were drafted too high, but they're fucking guys and they're dogs. They got Laporta. They got Branch from Alabama. Like, I thought the Lions went out and got guys who actually
Let's just take
had
good
production.
players.
Yes,
Thank you.
Immediate impact guys.
So you hear like AQ Shipley whenever he was here, and we were talking to Schrager and
Shout out him.
these other Schrager. Shout out to Schrags doing great
Shout
out
out
there.
the AQ got a draft comparison this week.
Yeah, by Charles Davis,
Yeah.
a Penn State center. These guys like AQ for a lot of the middle rounds and everything like that? Or why do you think it's overwhelmingly positive in all eyes? I'm happy in Indy. He's happy in Pittsburgh. Green Bay's happy.
Yeah.
New England's happy.
Yep.
It's like everybody is seemingly happy. That rarely happens, right? Move the sticks.
Yeah, and I think there wasn't like that opportunity cost where you had your eyes on a player and all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, we lost this guy. Like the drop off between getting this guy and the next guy, it wasn't really there in this draft. We had the intriguing quarterbacks, which really kind of drove the discussion. But not to get to next year's draft already, but like the wide receivers we had in this draft weren't, there's no Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase type receiver. The corners, they're good players, but we didn't have a Sauce or a Surtain or anything like that. The pass rushers, a ton of them, a lot of depth. There wasn't a Von Miller or there wasn't a Myles Garrett. So what I'm getting at is you weren't a fan base that was like, oh my gosh, we're going to get, even like we're going to get Rashawn Slater in this draft.
So what do you think about that? Because I'm gonna take y'all mute real quick. What do you think about that? Like literally, because there wasn't a real it player in the draft, you can say everybody kind of did well. What do you think about that?
Hey, I'm in agreement. I mean, I watched some of it and I seen what these players were doing, in their college debut. So I thought they made some good moves and stuff like that. So, but there wasn't nothing spectacular, but I think, that's why you got the New York Jets looking at, are happy that they got the quarterback that they received, from New England. So I'm excited about that.
I thought the Jets picked up Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he did. From
Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah. So I think they're excited about that. Nobody was trying to go in there and try to get somebody new to be able to lead their team. Really, they was trying to get somebody experienced.
I wish he was there last year. We'd have made the playoffs. If they had Aaron Rodgers last year, we'd have made the playoffs for sure.
Why you say that?
The Jets in Miami game, Miami won like 6-3 or 9-3. The Jets couldn't score enough points to get us in. All we needed was the Jets to beat Miami. They couldn't put up. They all they put up was 3 points the entire game. Well, this is a real NFL team. Only put up 3 points the entire game. It was crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It was a laugher. It was a laugher, bro. All right, so we're I'm since nobody else really jumped on this, I wanted to give you guys a chance to dust off your team colors and get out here and get excited for this season. Let's be honest about this. We are into May, people. That means June, July, OTAs, August, preseason. We're only 90 days away. So this was a chance to get up here and say, yeah, my team's going to win, Tuck it away, watch the WNBA, some pre-Olympic action. Obviously, watch the USFL, support them brothers. But I'm just saying, we're only 90 days away.
Yeah.
That's the significance of the draft. If you didn't play college football like I did, there really is no off season. You have maybe a few weeks after the season's over, depending on how far you go into it, then you're in the spring camp. You're in the spring camp trying to develop the players that you got out of high school to see what they're going to do if they weren't first year players for your program. Right? So there really is no off season. During the summer, you hang with your football team. You stay on campus if you're smart, because going home sometimes can be dangerous or deadly. Just being real. So when you look at the draft now, we picked that tackle up. He wanted to come to Pittsburgh so bad. He was there the next day. They showed out. You'll see he was there the very next day. Let's go to that action. This is the Steelers. I'm going Steelers heavy. Y'all had y'all chance. I didn't want to do it. Here I said, because I didn't want to do it. We're going to go Steelers heavy on them. Shoot. I tried to hook them up. Let me see. Am I sharing? I'm not sharing. It's all good. All right, cousin Fred. My cousin Fred Fox went off for a second. This is Taibu Muad'Dib. We are showing our team colors and our team spirit. Thank y'all for joining me live. Come on. If you want to come on live, jump in the comment section. I'll shoot you the link. Let's go. You can get in here and share team colors and talk about the draft. Since you guys want to act all funny, I'm going to go Steelers heavy. I'm going to show y'all what we did as an organization to get right. All right. My cousin's over there having this issues. What? Pittsburgh blocked it. What kind of stuff is that? That's just, I just watched it and Pittsburgh blocked it. Isn't that? Because you hear that, man? Pittsburgh didn't block the content. That's the video I wanted to show. Now what am I going to do? That's crazy. That is crazy. It's really saying they blocked it out. So, oh well. This is what I got to do now. I got to go straight now to maybe opportunity to look and see if I can't catch something real quick. Let me go straight to YouTube for you guys and look at some more Steelers stuff. Really? Really? You think? Steelers NFL drafts. Let's look at that. And I'm just trying to get it right. Let me see. Full breakdown. Steelers. Don't want the full breakdown. Just give us something. The wrap-up show. Let's see if we can get that going. Okay. I'm gonna block that. But at least we can come over here and we can share it. I'm gonna go ahead and light it up. I'm gonna go ahead and light it up because your picture went out, so you must be chilling like that. I'm gonna keep you on mute until you have something to say. If you have something to say, you go ahead in the comment section because we're still getting that interference. Let's go ahead to the screen share though. I want to get y'all some of this Pittsburgh Steelers action because I'm a Steelers fan. Yep. Gonna go crazy. If y'all would have came on here, man, I would have hooked y'all up. But we're gonna do Steelers right now. All right, there it is.
Draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers select Broderick Jones, offensive tackle, Georgia.
The picks are in, and the Steelers are one step closer to the 2023 football campaign.
Yes.
With the draft now complete, Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin have a new crop of players to stay competitive in a very tight division and conference. We'll break it all down next as you are watching Steelers Draft Wrap-Up right here on KDKA TV.
Welcome to the UPMC Steelers Draft Wrap-Up
Welcome,
Show.
baby. Is what it is.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Steelers Draft Wrap-Up Show. And this was all the action all this past week, 3 days of action. Steeler headquarters on the south side, where a new collection of young players relive their dreams of being drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And inside our KDK-TV studios, I'm Bob Pompiani. The quarterback of the program, Mr. Charlie Batch. And here we go. Another season. It officially kind of starts right here, and then we go from there. And I know every team in the NFL believes they have scored touchdowns with their picks. The Steelers look, at least on paper, like they have had an excellent 3 days of drafting. So your thoughts about this?
Absolutely agree with you. Every need that they had coming into this draft, they addressed them. And you have to give props to Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan because things that were talked about, what they didn't address in the free agency, they addressed it in the draft. I give them an A+.
Yes, and that's how it looks right now. If you take a look at the draft.
So this, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna take you off mute right now. So this could be a pro and a con, right? Because in my opinion, ever since I knew how to say go Steelers, the road to the Super Bowl in the NFL went through Pittsburgh. I'm just saying.
Hey, you're not lying. You know, Pittsburgh always been in everybody's lips. You know, Pittsburgh been the top. We've been the toughest football team out there.
And so, with that said, if everybody's saying, "Oh, Pittsburgh filled their holes up, filled their gaps up," we were, like I said, a sorry Jets team, or at least a sorry Jets game against Miami away from actually getting into the playoffs and maybe going deep as we gelled together. Is this working against us that we're getting such high praise for the draft?
No, I don't think that, because every team is getting high praise in their city. So we'll just see what happens, you know.
Well, make sure you take some time out to look over our draft picks, see what you think. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this. I don't want this to be my whole entire show, but it really is the whole entire show. Just want to have some fun, let folks live their truth. My truth is this: I don't care about none of that stuff. I care about TJ Watt putting on 20, 25 pounds of muscle. You know, I've never known a person that played D-line or linebacker to have a pectoral tear. So what that tells me is his mind's telling his skinny body to do stuff that he really can't accomplish. You're not Reggie White size. You can't club that man out your way. You have to continue to evade him. You see what I'm saying? So, and my man TJ Watt, shout out to TJ Watt, man, and the whole Watt family. But bro, you got to put some weight on. Now you can holler at Taibu Muad'Dib. I'll get you on my True Coach program online. I'll fix that for you, bro. Somebody put me in contact with TJ Watt, I'm hook him up. But no, on the real, man, that's the cornerstone, like you said, of our team has always been run the ball and tough defense. We got Najee Harris to run the ball. We got my man Sam Snead behind him. But the bottom, Benny Snell, I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, we need TJ Watt to stay healthy. He's just too important to the club. And if you think about it, because when we went winning Super Bowls, our defense stayed healthy, and they were murderers. They were murderers. You know,
That's right.
You know, I can remember my man. He a sportscaster now. When he knocked out Willis McGahee in the playoff game in a very violent hit, knocked him out the game. And Fam was reaching 200 yards that game. That's how serious people understood how serious the Pittsburgh Steelers, you know, have always been. And you kind of heard some of that last season. The rumors and the talks and people don't fear us no more and how they make guys in the locker room feel. You remember that?
Yeah. Yep. I do. We got to get back to where we are, settled down. We was a defensive team. You know, we got to get back to that.
I mean, yeah, being easy pickings is not. That's teams should respect us. The Bengals and the Browns, they're supposed to respect, you know, what goes on in Pittsburgh. So I remember hearing sportscasters, ex-Steelers, talking trash and saying things and just opening up about how they felt about these scores and these debacles, you know, and just not liking it. So, you know, we own the AFC North. Used to be AFC Central. That's our division. So, you know, I'm just letting y'all know what's really going on. Let's go back to the end. Let it ride a little bit more.
Board, you'll see they took care of a lot of needs, and they did it by shrewdly moving up in that first round, just 3 spots. But they ended up getting a 4th pick back as a result of that in a later trade. But they got Broderick Jones, a guy who was targeted really by them as an outstanding offensive tackle, one who could be here for many years. Then you got Joey Porter Jr., Keanu Benton satisfies their need on the defensive line, maybe at nose guard. Darnell Washington looks like an offensive lineman, but he'll play tight end. Then you have Nick Herbig, Corey Trice, who is an underrated kind of guy and a good value pick at 7th, along with Spencer Anderson. But the big news of yesterday and the day before was what they were going to do with that first pick. And day 1 trade, they move up from 17 to 14. They were patient, Charlie, I thought. They didn't force a trade. They waited until it came to them. They had an idea that the Jets may be taking Broderick Jones, and instead they jumped ahead of them because they made a deal with New England. And this guy looks like he could be somebody very special for many years.
Yeah, and he looks like a day 1 starter at this particular point. And any time that you make a move in the first round, the way that the Steelers did, that means they're targeting him to potentially be an opening day starter. So good for them. They met with him numerous times over the offseason. They felt very comfortable where he's at.
And see, I like this pick for Pittsburgh because it's like letting the whole rest of the league know, like, if you don't take care of your quarterback, because we got pass rushers. We're going to get after it. We're going to put some pressure on your quarterback. We've demonstrated that the last couple of seasons. We got guys that can blitz off the edge, not just our linemen or our linebackers, but our DBs as well. So we're going to come after your quarterback. The issue is, can you protect him? Can you stop it? Can you make it happen? And what we're saying is we're going to make sure that we take care of that. We're gonna protect our quarterback. We're gonna make sure that he's good and he knows that. And when you take a tackle, a high round tackle, a first round tackle, that sends a message to the quarterback. Hey, this team is trying to take care of me. Any of you know when your company makes a move, even if it's bringing in those mats for you to stand on, right, so that your back doesn't hurt as much because you're standing on these soft little cushiony mats when you're working assembly lines. When your company or when your boss makes a move to benefit you, that's when you get the most production out that person. It makes sense. So I'm letting y'all know that's why I like what the Pittsburgh Steelers did for what's going to be hopefully our franchise guy in Kenny Pickett.
When you watch his film, he is as solid as they can come.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys who you look at and you say, he's played in a system that is very pro-like, and they've had a lot of success. So you get a young guy, but he's been in there a lot. He's still young. He has all that experience. I think it should do wonders for him.
And when you look at not just game film, but when you look at what
it's very light.
Fast forward a little
If
bit.
you're not making money on social media, try doing your own thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely less reliant on social media now.
On his feet. I love his athleticism. Love the upside with him.
He's got a competitor's mentality. He's wired right for this line of work. He's got a desire to be great.
All right, feels good out here.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what practice is like at Georgia. That's like basically ones-on-ones, NFL players going against NFL players day in and day out.
All the time, man. You know, you have no choice but to get better at the University of Georgia, and practice does that because, like you said, it's one-on-one all the time, good on good. We have so many different types of players, so many different styles of play, and everybody's physical. You know, that's the standard at Georgia, physical and fast. So, you know,
and that's what I'm saying. Cause now I'm gonna come to you now, and now that you hear the Georgia style of play, you can understand why Philly is gobbling them up. You make sense?
Yeah. Yep. You definitely make full sense.
Physical and fast. That's a new terminology. I want y'all to remember that this season. Physical and fast. When you see them terrible towels out, you already know we got a part of that. We in that. So we have two offensive linemen out the University of Georgia. We have a tight end who's a freak of nature, right? We're talking, you know, huge, 6'7". Like Kenny Pickett, if he's not finding his targets this year, you know, I don't know what to say. But it looks like by the trade deadline, we're going to have a veteran over there that's going to find these great receivers. George Pickens stretching the field, a 6'7" guy. Let me get to that just so you understand what I'm saying, cuz. Let me get to that guy real quick. But yeah, we got Georgia, man. Might take my hat off to them, but I'm still Big Ten. Go Wisconsin. Let's go. You said Wisconsin, you said it all. Keep it real. But Georgia, they doing their thing. Let's talk about this tight end they got coming in into the deal. All right. We got that's Joey Porter Jr. looks like. Let me slide ahead till we get to this tight end they're talking about. That's the line, that's the defensive lineman. We like that. And then here we go.
Yeah, he really does. And he's one of those guys that is ready to play. And you look at that and say, you get a ready-made left tackle to come in. He's been through a lot at Georgia. I'm sure that's a big thing for him. And I know they followed up with a pretty good pick after that, too.
Yes, they did. Matt, there was a lot of speculation as it relates to whether Joey Porter was going to be there in the first round. He fell to them in the second round. What are your thoughts on Joey Porter Jr. being on this team?
I love it. And it's not just because his dad was a great Steeler. I mean, his length, his physicality, this whole offseason has been about big, strong, physical players, whether it's free agency or the draft. And Porter epitomizes that. And drafting him and then Trice later on, who's almost a carbon copy, kind of a Joey Porter light, it just shows to me that they're going to play a lot of press man coverage. They're going to bang receivers around. I love what they're showing us here with these picks.
Yeah, Trice was looked at as one of those value picks that they got, just as the tight end was looked at that. I want to talk about the Herbig connection. Now you got brothers on this team. It seems like that's the way the Steelers rock, with either brothers or a lot of Wisconsin.
Man, I'm trying to figure out what the
We're fielding multiple trade offers, but nothing really blew them away enough to pass up on Joey Porter Jr., a player they think can make an impact right away.
I mean, yeah, this is something that was always in the back of my mind and even my family mind of what if I.
So, you know, if people don't know the Joey Porter story, and we can talk about that a little bit because
he was a beast altogether. There's nothing else, nothing to be said. You know, so I know his son is a beast.
I mean, different positions. We'll just have to see how he eats. I'm not willing to put him on his dad's level.
Yo,
he has to earn that.
I ain't look. I'm not putting him on his dad level, but I know that his dad trained him. I know his dad was up in his guts, made him work. Nah, he's gonna come off just like his dad.
It's gonna be some tough things. It's gonna be some tough Thanksgivings and Christmases if he doesn't. I'm just saying.
I know it will be. And his dad gonna make sure of that.
So Joey, I almost forgot about that connection. But yeah, Joey Porter Jr., man, you know,
he got some big shoes to fill.
It says something for a franchise that's bringing in brothers, that's bringing in this family extra. It says something. Just look around the league, everybody. The Pittsburgh is about to do something special. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Cuz you just don't see around the league. We have a lot, we got 3 or 4 pair of brothers on the team.
Yep.
Like I think it's literally 3 Watts on our team. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. So, man, Pittsburgh can do something special, man. I'm looking forward to this season a lot. Let's try to check out a little bit more of it real quick.
End up in Pittsburgh. So now that I'm here, we're just trying to figure out where I'm going to live now. So it's a good feeling to have. It was great. Last night I was mad. I had an edge on me, and this is the perfect way to end my day right here. I just forgot all about last night, and shoot, I'm ready, and I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm trying to prove myself. It's gonna be my flavor to it. It's me. It's not him. He understands that it's my time to shine. He did what he had to do, and it's my time right now. And I'm gonna get the fans' attention with that, and I'm gonna play hard football. We're gonna smack you in the mouth. We're gonna play aggressive, and I feel like that fits my game style. I'm gonna get in your face. I'm gonna talk a little trash, but we're gonna play.
And Porter also said when the Steelers made that trade to move up from 17 to 14, he thought they were taking him. He was disappointed at that moment, but it seemed to work out for both sides.
It certainly did. And when you get both like that in 2 picks, 32, that's pretty good work. All right, Rich, thanks very much. Right after that, the Steelers went to work, and they got a defensive tackle from Wisconsin. They got a lot of Wisconsin guys on this team, and here's one of them. And you can see Keanu Benton. He's a big guy, like Tyson Alualu, the guy he's going to be replacing. He's got a big, massive legs. He makes tackles in the backfield, 19 career tackles for losses, and Wisconsin played a 3-4 defense, so he'll feel pretty natural doing it here. And then after that, let's talk about Darnell Washington. He looks like an offensive lineman, man. He's gifted, though. You know, Charlie, in Georgia's offense, he wasn't featured all that much. They had too many weapons, so his stats are down. But when you look at what he's got, one of the best run blockers in the game, but also a guy who can go down the field at 6'7", 270 pounds. I mean, he was bigger than most offensive linemen back in the day when you were playing. Yes, and he's playing tight end.
So now I'm gonna keep it real with you, cuz like if you think about it, Kenny Pickett, we get him a lockdown tackle, somebody that can open up holes. Najee Harris, that when the quarterback comes back and just hands it off, that big tackle and tight end, both out of Georgia, both know each other. So that's gonna get us some first downs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sticky situations. I mean, I feel like Pittsburgh, I feel like the bane of Pittsburgh. I feel like one thing that's made Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, besides cheating, very, very successful, is the ability to pick up first downs when you need them, right? So I think that with this big tight end, 6'7", Calvin Johnson. If you look at some of the draft talk and you look at some of the Steelers shows, Calvin Johnson was only 6'4", 6'5", Megatron. This guy is 6'7", cuz.
Yo, he's a big dude, big target.
I mean, in the end zone, I mean, what are we talking about here?
That's all day. That's all day. He's a big target.
They have to. I hope Kenny, and here's the thing about it. Having a young quarterback again, people are afraid to start over. When you have young talent, young people, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're that much different than we were back in our day. But because of social media, because of how you have to be closer now because you have so much scrutiny on you, young people, when it comes to team sports, they gel a lot quicker. Does that make sense? That's just what I think I'm seeing from these new generations of football players. That makes sense?
I'm looking at them as a lot of them is about talent and not really about hard work, but I think when they get to where they need to get to, they're going to learn hard work, especially if they get to the Steelers. It's all about hard work.
Definitely have expectations. Definitely have high expectations. I just think if I look at just the two players, so they said the Philadelphia, both Pennsylvania teams is going Georgia heavy, right? So Philadelphia, they're stacking up this defensive line with Georgia players. We are on the offensive side of the ball, getting offensive alignment. You know what I'm saying? All out of Georgia. But you can see this trend. Now, I'm telling y'all, remember that when you hear physical and fast this season from all the announcers about when they're talking about our teams, but mainly obviously Pittsburgh, I want you to remember that Taibu Muad'Dib point this out for y'all. Like my cousin said, if you haven't been watching the draft or listening to what's going on, seeing what's going on, seeing the trends, it sounds to me like the league is going to look a lot like it did last year. Mainly because if everybody did well in the draft, then we don't really have any parity in the NFL season coming up. Now, there might be one or two teams that surprise us, but it looks like it's gonna be in the same situation, barring health and injury. But I'm just saying, if everybody did well in the draft, you see what I'm saying, cousin? If everybody did well, I want Steelers to win the Super Bowl next year. But I'm saying, as if everybody did well in the draft, how did any team get so much better that they're gonna make that much different in their division and their conference? You see what I'm saying? Period.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not buying it. So to me, I'm a hopeful. I'm hopeful, but I'm not buying it. All the teams did well and took care of the needs that they had. It's not like every team. We're going to have a bunch of 500 teams next season. Not going to happen.
Right.
The teams that are really, really good are going to stay really, really good, and the teams that aren't are going to have to show up and make some upsets. So I predict. You hear this sound? Write it down. I predict that there will be more upsets and Vegas will lose more money this season coming up than probably in the last 15 years. And online gambling is a big deal now. So if you're an online gambler, bet your upsets this year. And then come on my show and tell me what money that you want. All right. Let's get tight with Pops. Go ahead, cuz give your prediction. I mean, on the Steelers or the NFL season, anything in general before we close.
Bro, I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Steelers is trying to build something around Kenny, with the tall route, tight end and things like that. So I think it's going to be a good game this season. It's hard to pick. Everybody feel like they got what they needed. So we'll see.
Exactly. My cousin talking about he a Steeler fan. He said he on his porch, I ain't seen no black and yellow. I ain't seen nothing. So I was trying to allude to it. I'm going to go ahead and mask up on him. When y'all see me like this season, y'all know what it is. It's game time. Taibu Muad'Dib, man, this is our discussion on Live Your Truth. My truth is this. I'm the kind of fan that takes it hard when my team loses. I do. So don't be trying to be my friend the next day. Don't try to offer me no sympathy. Don't try to, you can buy me some food or something, like bring donuts in. Oh, Taibu's team lost, so bring some donuts in. Let's get it going, But other than that, man, let me just sulk for a good couple of hours that next day at work, For real. What do you think, cuz? I mean, how does that sound like you or?
Bro, now I'm not going to be upset either way. I want the Steelers to win. If they got the team to do it, amen. That's my team. But I can't be sulking, So
That's there you have it, folks. That's a cold shot from a hard, tough-nosed guy. Chiming in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, man. Give your shout-outs, man. We get out of here, baby.
All right, peace out to everybody.
Hold on. This is why my cousin, he throws me off every time. Like, if he doesn't have on Pittsburgh Steelers colors, he should have on a Soapy Solutions hat. If I say give you a shout outs, he's going to art everybody like, man, talk about them soaps, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my cousin Byron and I was talking about this. Like, man, you know, like we have a whole marketing scheme for my cousin's soap. We just can't get it, man. Then my cousin Byron bought him. He put on the screen. He had the soap like he was holding like it was money to his ear. Like I'm talking about cousin Byron Soapy Solutions crazy.
I know, man. He be looking out, man. I appreciate him. You know, cousin Byron is what's up, man. No doubt. You know, but we're speaking from Soapy Solutions. You know, we're all natural soap and skincare organization, and we also, you know, the way it's spelled is different because it's spelled solutions, not solutions. It's soul, SOULUTIONS. So it's solutions because we're all about the soul, you know. So, you know, we're Steeler fans. Now my wife, pretty much, she's a Cowboys fan, but don't hold that against her.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I don't know what's going on with Cowboys Nation. They should have came on here too. Shay, she could have jumped in here and joined on the show, talk about them Cowboys. I'd have pulled it up, you know what I'm saying? She get the link, don't trip, you know what I mean?
I don't think they did pretty good. I don't think they did good at all. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I would still the YouTube didn't pull it up, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, people, the Cowboys, you know, it's tough being quote unquote America's team, you know, because you're gonna get all that hate and that angst. So people probably couldn't wait to say something about that. You know what I mean? You got Dak has the spotlight on him, you know what I'm saying? Like what they're gonna do about Dak. So, you know, shoot. I mean, he laid a huge egg in the playoffs. His defense is top notch, and he laid a huge egg in the playoffs. So to get that kind of money and to get that kind of support, it's tough.
I get it.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you know, me and you ain't chopped it up in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and play the intro deal, and you're definitely welcome to play. Have you seen it?
No, I heard the intro. It's all
You ain't see it though. You ain't see it though.
No.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I play it going in and coming out, so I'll show it to you. Yeah, Pittsburgh, man, they blocked off the one thing I was showing everybody. So you know, I mean, they blocked the content. Hold on. When I started this show, I forgot to stream. I forgot to present it and share the screen. That's why you missed it. You've been watching the whole time. Let's see. It's not letting me. All right, there it goes. I'll share that. All right. Check it out. This is the intro and outro commercial.
Good evening, everyone. Taibu Muad'Dib, host, podcast entertainer, author, motivational speaker. Every weeknight, 9:30-ish p.m. We go crazy. In fact, we going nuts right now. Hit it, Shay. Come on, a little bit more. Yeah. It's cold out here, y'all. And I'm telling you one thing. It's amazing. How come they don't know? No one's life is the Cosby Show. Killer cops is nothing new to melanated people, bro. Not in the America that locks us up for mega busting, legalized prostitution so the mob can get their cut. CIA agents bringing dope in from the south and spread it through the hood so we can take each other out. The sadness in the hood isn't just some recent shit. It's the same thing that you can see on the slave ship. Trauma passed through generations lead to a peculiar life. Can't believe in freedom, even if one of your parents white. I'ma do it right. cause I'm conscious and I know the way. I got roots in Africa. Pittsburgh was my birthplace. International businessman from inmate 15208. African Messiah, dog. Someone had to say today, all you want is metaphors about the club and freaking horse. Stacking up your fake flashy cars and them foreign tours. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. It starts out with Congress, yeah. Them the folks who scheme and plot. Once they pass the laws, it's on you and I to know what's up. And since we don't, that's how come the jails are jam-packed with us. I got my fist raised, and unity is in my heart. No matter who you are, come and live your truth. That's how it starts. Yeah. That's how it starts. Go get 'em. Go, 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 go. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. All you want is metaphors. International businessman. Can't believe in freedom. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. Taibu Muad'Dib and Shay. This is Live Your Truth. Pull up a chair. Get your popcorn ready. Let's make it happen together. We appreciate you for joining us. Yeah, that's that joint right there, cuz. What'd you think? I can't hear a word you saying now. I don't know. My cousin, he be tripping. I don't know what happened to him. What's going on with your phone, cuz? You a madman. Can't hear a word. My cousin, I don't know what's going on with my cousin, y'all. He a trip. International businessman. Well, you're not on mute on my end. You just gotta turn. Maybe it's the Bluetooth. If your Bluetooth is on, it's going to your earpiece or something, to your car or something. Because I see you still over here watching. Dang, now I really need his feedback and I can't hear him. That's crazy. I can't hear nothing. Oh, it's good. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, shoot. Let me go ahead and end these broadcasts then real quick. We can chop it up maybe in the studio. Let me finish this off. Pull the plug on this. All right. Thank y'all for joining in. See y'all tomorrow night at 9:30-ish. Let's go.